friends. Welcome to the Balance Beam edition of the Minnesota State High School League training videos. My name is Ellie Berg, and I will be sharing a few beam routines with you today. We had a panel of judges review these routines and provide their feedback for you to consider. Let's watch the first beam routine. Please score this on your own, and we will come back to review it afterwards. Let's take a closer look at her routine. She starts with a scissors leg mount from the side for a medium value part. She follows with her full turn on toe. A few of the panel officials did take a 1/2 off here for her toe hanging behind her support leg. Next, she performs her dance series. The first jump is a high superior straddle pike jump, starting and landing in cross position. The second jump is a whoop 3/4 for an advanced high superior. Both of these jumps are executed nicely at horizontal. The expected degree of split on the straddle pike jump is 135 degrees. She is short of this. The panel took between a 1/2 and a full 10th off for this reason. They took the same range of deduction on the second jump due to the slight early twist and a small balance check on the landing. This is a very nice high-level back-to-back superior for her bonus category. She moves on to her tumbling series, which is a back tuck salto followed by a back handspring. She lands her back tuck salto with her chest down. We took 1/10 off here. She had a soft knee in her back handspring, where we took a 1/2 deduction. Now let's talk about the attempt to connect this series. This is a tricky one and could go either way. I did not connect this series due to it being a backward acro flight series, and it was a cautious, slow-moving attempt with a slight balance check. Do not take a rhythm deduction for this series if you do not award the series as connected. However, depending upon your viewing angle, you could possibly see this series as connected. If so, be sure that you deduct up to 0.2 for poor rhythm between the elements in the series. This is so important as we should be rewarding the gymnasts that connect their series with beautiful technique, tempo, and confidence. Next, she does a quick down on beam movement to show she is working at all levels during her routine. She finishes with a medium cartwheel to a full twisting back salto in the tuck position. The panel took between a 1/10 and a 1/2 to 2/10 on the dismount. She had a few tiny issues that make up this deduction. She twisted a little early off the beam. There was a lack of exactness of the tuck shape, as well as a slight knee separation. It would also be nice to see a little more height and amplitude here. The panel's breakdown of her score is as follows: 3.0 in difficulty, 0.8 in the event requirements category. She had a full turn on toe, a dance series, an acro flight skill, and a superior dismount. 0.8 in bonus, 0.75 in composition, and between a 3.6 to 3.8 in her execution and amplitude category. That gives a score range of 8.95 to a 9.15 for her final score. All in all, this was a very nice routine. If her tumbling series was performed confidently without deductions for posture on landing and without a rhythm issue, she would score close to 5/10 higher than our lower range score. Let's watch a second routine together. Please score this one as well, and we will come back to discuss it afterwards. She starts with a scissor leg mount as well. She shows a nice amplitude and lift of the swing over leg. This is what these mounts should look like. Next, she moves on to her full turn in the wolf position. We took 0.15 off here for the little bobbles. She then does a back walkover followed by a back handspring. The decision to not connect this was easy. She stops and has a side-to-side balance check. Again, we took 1/10 off for the tiny bobble and slight knee bend on the back handspring. She now does a nice section down on beam. Then she moves into her dance series, which is a switch leap to a quarter twist to straddle to side landing. Unfortunately, she falls on this advanced high superior jump and misses out on the 2/10 in bonus because of the fall. However, she still receives credit for her dance series in her event requirements and the 2/10 in bonus for the high level back-to-back superior. Deductions here would be 0.05 to 0.1 for the rhythm and posture between the skills. Of course, she loses 0.5 for the fall. She finishes strong with a lovely aerial cartwheel connected to a back salto dismount. This is another high-level back-to-back superior because she combined an advanced high superior acro skill to another superior acro skill. Note that this is an example of the high-level back-to-back superior exception rule on beam. Check out page 61 for more details on this rule. We took 2/10 off here for the direction error and hop on the dismount series. To sum up this routine, she has 3.0 in the difficulty category, 0.8 in event requirements. Of course, she was missing her tumbling series. She has 0.6 in the bonus. She was missing that one advanced high superior that she had a fall on. And 0.75 in composition. The execution and amplitude category came in between 2.95 to 3.1 from the panel, which leaves us with a total score range between an 8.1 and an 8.25. This gymnast did a nice job on her routine. She showed her flexibility and good technique in her skills. Too bad she had a couple of misses that impacted her final result. Now for our third routine. Please score this one first as well so that we can discuss it. I also would like you to specifically watch for the confident, flowing connections, plus the posture and body position between skills as she performs her different series in this routine. Her mount is a simple and clean pullover. She follows that up with her toe turn. Then she connects a beautiful back handspring to layout step out. Did you see a deduction here? It's wobbleless. Her dance series is a switch leap connected to a quarter twist to straddle from cross to side landing for a high level back-to-back superior and an advanced high superior for the second jump. We took 0.05 here for the series. There was a minuscule footsicle and maybe a slight split shape problem. I can't really find a full tenth on any one part of the series, let alone a half tenth. Note that her shoulders were over her hips on landing her first leap. This allows her to quickly connect to her second jump without bowing forward between her skills. This shows us why other gymnasts who bow with a slow-moving connection should receive posture on landing and rhythm deductions. Next, she does a nice down on beam element. Oops, is that a tiny balance check? Maybe. She does a second dance series that is nice and clean. Now she finishes with a bang by sticking a round off to a back 1.5 twisting layout. Note that she does not pike in her round off, which is a common posture on landing error we see. Wow, what a routine. There isn't much math required for this one. Let's look at it anyway. Here's her scoring categories. 3.0 in difficulty, 1.0 in event requirements, 0.8 in bonus, There was a range from the panel between a 0.95 and a 1.0 in composition. Some of the panel noted that the lower level back-to-back superior towards the end of her routine didn't really match with the rest of her high-level routine. And then a 4.1 total in the execution and amplitude category. This leaves us with a total score range between a 9.85 up to a 9.9. Thanks for going through these routines with me and for being an official for the sport that we love.